when you guys weren't looking, I went and got the whole Millennium Falcon model done. I mean, look at the detail on this thing. It's great, isn't it? Beautifully detailed. And there we have a Rebel troop transport right behind her. So I went and built 2 of them while you guys weren't looking. Well, let's be honest here. That's not what this is. What's going on is I got my hands on something. I'm going to do a full review of that in a little bit. What you're looking at is a Mon Calamari Liberty ship model from Anagram Models. I found it on eBay. It wasn't listed properly, and I got it really, really cheap, along with a Nebulon B cruiser and a Blockade Runner, I think it is. So I got a whole bunch of their models, really, really cheap. Well, anyhow, let me put this down, and we're going to really talk about Millennium Falcon. I'll do a review of this as well, but Millennium Falcon first. Alright, folks. I'm not going to do a full kit review. Just wanted to show you guys what this thing looks like. Full kit review will come later. I'm kind of itching to build this thing, and I can't. That's bad. First off, when I first started looking at these parts, they don't feel like resin. They feel more like styrene than resin. Alright, let's see if we can get some view of the detail. You can see the detail and the panel lines in this beast. I mean, they are very, very well done. Very well done. Here's another good piece with lots of little details. Alright, I mean, just astounding the detail on this thing. I just finally figured out where this piece went. Took me a while. But anyhow, let's back her up a little bit. Okay. This is the tape up. And I don't have all the parts in the right spots. You can see she is not small. Parts fit together fairly well. There's going to be some seam lines you're going to have to deal with. And I found some bad mold spots. But not many, just 1 or 2. For the most part, I mean, this thing has 0 flash. And again, it doesn't feel like resin. I don't know what the heck they're using. Because I've played with a lot of resin kits lately, and none of them feel like this thing. It feels more like plastic. Okay? And you can see right there, that's one of the bad seam lines. But the seam lines are in good places for fixing, at least. Bad ones, anyhow. And I seem to have found another really bad spot. Let's zoom in so you guys can see these. Yeah, you can see it right there. That's going to be a bad seam line to fix. Another bad spot right there. Okay. And I don't know if that's mold or not. There's one big seam that runs around the whole border of the ship that's kind of bad. But other than that, I am not disappointed in buying this. This is a very, very nicely detailed little critter. I shouldn't say little. She's not exactly small either. Makes me want to try and track down one of their Star Destroyers. But, you know, that's car payment type thing for some people. That's 2 car payments. I shouldn't have said that. Anyhow, yeah, I'm impressed with this thing. And I didn't pay much for her. Anagram's website says only made 100 of these things. So it makes me wonder if that's true. Because I see them on eBay every once in a while. Either that or it's the same one being traded around quite a bit. I don't think this one's going back on eBay. I'll probably build this one. Even though I've seen where they're selling this kit for $300-400. I didn't pay that for it. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I do with it. But I'm impressed. Very impressed. Now I gotta go find it a box, because it didn't come with a box. Lots of parts here. Engine parts. You know, came with a little bag of goodies. More engine parts. Little Rebel troop transport, which I think is kind of cool. And again, the Millennium Falcon in 1/2256 scale. I just think that's kind of cool. Anyhow, let's get back to the Millennium Falcon, shall we? Folks, to give you an update so you can see what I've been doing. I'm really close to finishing these seats, in my opinion. Okay, it's not gonna stay put when I put it down, however. Shame on you, Mr. Seat. But you get the idea. They look not quite like what I see on my reference photos. But let's prop this up with something behind it, shall we? That's what I get for not being prepared, right, folks? I didn't know it was top heavy. Now we got to slide her forward, and I got her where she's staying put. There we go. There's one seat. Okay. And she's standing up right now. There's a back seat, there's a front seat. The other back seat looks just like that one. Right there. Okay? So I'm pretty much done with the seats. I'm just been trying to get a support for the bottom of it. I'm probably going to use some of this big old thick bar styrene as pedestals for the seats to go on, because it's going to be nice and level. Okay? I'm also have scraped off some of the detail on the cockpit. There were some boxes right here. Here's the box I removed. Didn't like them. They were in the way from my plans. Because I want to put the seats right about here, and then their feet are going to be hitting that. And I don't even know why that's there. So what I'm working on right now is cutting out a piece of styrene card to replace the whole floorboard with. And this bar fits perfectly back there as a support, so I can extend the floorboard back and get rid of this jump back here. Another thing I did, I got rid of the submarine door here. Threw that away. Cut out a piece of styrene card with the circle on it. And I've cut out my screen accurate template here to go on the back. I haven't glued this down on there yet, and I need to do that before too long just to make sure I don't lose that. And there you go. That will be done. I'm going to drill some holes where some of these spots are and use some 0.25mm LED. I'm not LED, fiber optics, so these guys have individual lights that are blinking on and off. Pretty cool, huh? I think it'll look good. But that's where I stand on this right now. I pretty much have the chairs done. Let me explain something real quick. The top part of this seat up here, that again is this thick cardstock, and I took a rounded over file and filed a notch in it. And I did it for both seats, and then I kept shaping them until they were roughly about the same size and same dimensions. And that's how I got my two seats. Again, they don't look 100% perfect. They look really good to me though. And through the cockpit windshield, you'll be able to tell they look very close to this studio. Still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with this guy yet, because he's kind of pathetic. I'm getting ideas though. I really am. We will see. Well, there's my update for right now. I'm going to keep at it and keep working on it. Not much longer though. Brocuri Cruiser's calling my name tonight, and I'm going to spend some time with him. And so is Deslocks here. I'm going to finally finish the seams on this so I can give it a paint job. Most of the seams are done. There's just a few spots that are a little rough. Not much. I've got about 5 pieces of finished seam filling on him, maybe 4. Then I can start gluing him together. And the Brocuri only has 2 or 3 trouble spots, and then I can put the big stabilizers on it and drill a hole for the stand. They're both really close to being done. Just got to have the time to do it with. And I'm spending time on this because I want to get to lighting this and not scratch building a cockpit that was completely missing in the kit. Well, up next on the Millennium Falcon, just so you guys know, is I want to build an instrument panel. A console that goes across the front. I'm not going to make it look perfect. It's just not going to happen, but it'll look good enough, and I can put blinky lights in it, and that's where the fun part is. Laters. Alright, folks. I'm going to show you the completed final rear chairs. You can tell me what you think about them. Here we go. Zooming in, and the camera's positioned wrong. Zooming in, and let's move the camera just a little bit. Oop, wrong way. There we go. Those are the final rear chairs. let me get the one of the front chairs out so you can compare it. I think they came out very nice, all things considered. Yeah, there's a lot of detritus and flotsam, or whatever you want to call it, a lot of scrap laying around the front area. This is one of the front chairs. They're not going to stand up. They're not designed to stand up on their own. Okay? But in scale, you can see it in scale right there. The back chairs, the headrests stick up just by about the right amount. I think it's going to look pretty good when I get them in there. I think it's going to look good enough that eyes will be fooled. Especially when you're looking at it through that windshield. Alright, they don't want to stand up for me, but you guys got the idea. Alright, completely scratch built. There's the back side and the pedestal, so you guys can get an idea what's up. Only the chair itself came from the kit. The rest of it I did by hand. And the chair itself was the old front command chairs. Oh well, I'm done with this. I'm going to take a break. Again, I'm going to work on one of the other models for a little bit and just walk away from this for a little bit. So, do something else, like watch some TV, call up the girlfriend, something fun that's not model related. Model related is fun, but I need a change of fun, if you will. Talk to you later.